give a damn. You know what?
Got my do-rag ready. I'm ready for training camp, though.
I say this.
Do-rag ready.
At this point, y'all not gonna want to hear this, but Smitty, if the quarterback play don't work out this year, somebody coming over here, whether it be a CJ Stroud, maybe an unhappy Joe Burrow, and I'm gonna throw a wild card out here for you.
It ain't gonna be wild to me though. Go ahead.
Trinidad Chambliss. Understand this, people. There are quarterbacks out here right now. I know everybody believes that Penix is gonna be ready, but let's be honest. I'm listening to the people that spent 8-9 years in school that actually had to go through those courses and that actually had to do understudies in different programs or whatnot to get their degrees and get their knowledge on human anatomy. The reason I know this, I had to change my major from being a physical therapy major because I couldn't do it when I was in the service. Couldn't do clinicals. Right. So again, human anatomy is beautiful, but when the human anatomy is as twisted as a Donald Trump tax return, I'm trying to tell you, it's not good.
Right. But if anyone believes Michael Penix is going to be ready by the season, you're taking huge therapy lessons from Cheyenne Bryant. You're delusional. You've lost your mind. You have lost your mind.
Hey man, so A1, we got to bring you up in here with this one, A1. You know, look, if kids can believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, y'all can believe in that too. I'm not mad at you. Go ahead and believe, because guess what? We all need something to believe in life. But let's go ahead and get to this next one, man. We got to talk a little bit about the linebacking core. But before we get to the linebacking core, man, let's be honest. Can Jalen Walker elevate the Falcons defense possibly if JPJ is suspended? I'm going to start you on that one, Chris.
Well, to be honest with you, I think he will make an impact, but the main reason why he will make an impact is because he's not going to be alone. You know, he's going to have other guys with him. He's going to have Dorless with him. He's going to have Zach Harrison, who's ready to get after it again. Devon Diablo is going to have the green dot, something he said he's been waiting his whole life to have this opportunity. So having the oppos is really what's important, guys. You know, so you got to remember that, getting that chemistry together. The fact that these guys are playing in a defense that is familiar to them. Last year was a little sketchy. They had to learn a few things. But this year, you're having the same guys back, Nate Ollie, Jeff Olbrich, Justin Hood, you know, it's all the way around. So these guys are going to be familiar with the terminology and be able to go out there and execute. You know, I believe that's what we need. We need the execution. We need the competence, you know, out there as well. So I think year 2 for Jalen Walker, the main thing for him should be we worried about is his health. As long as he's healthy, he's going to be impactful, because if you watch last season, game after game, every time he started gaining momentum with multiple games, he kept making plays. He kept getting better. He kept making better reads. I'm expecting Jalen Walker to take a step forward, not only because we need him to, but because that's just his genetic makeup if you go all the way back to the University of Georgia. So Jalen Walker, I'm definitely believing that he's going to elevate the defense. And when JPJ comes back, it's just going to be a plug and play, and the Falcons should be able to take off. Of course, you know, that's easy to say here, but that's what I'm expecting, though.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. So I think you pretty much covered that one with Jalen or whatnot. It's not much else to say, but just we got to slide to the next one. We slide, man. We bad boys up in here tonight. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit. We'll get back to that. I'm sorry. We got to talk about the front 4, as well as this linebacking core, because we talked about Jalen. Here's the question I got for you with the linebacking core in the front 4. You got Devon Diablo, Christian Harris. You got Channing Tindall, Jalen Walker. We're waiting on JPJ to get back. And then you look at the front 4, you pick and choose. And already much going to be the anchor on this D-line. That's already been proven after the type of season he had last year. When you look at London at this point and many others that are in that fold, who do you think is going to be the other breakout on that front 4 to be able to make life easier for your linebacking core coming up?
Okay, well, I got one that will probably shock everybody on the panel.
Who you got?
Braylon Trice. I truly believe I truly believe if this young man is truly healthy, from what I saw of him in college, he has quick bursts and he has violent hands. And if you allow that man to get comfortable, it's only going to allow Jalen and everybody else on that D line to become so much better. And if he can give us half of what JPJ gave us last season, we'll be right in the thick of things, because again, with our linebacker core and hopefully the resurgence of our secondary, that front four will be the catalyst for everything else to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Right now you speaking foolishness, because that man ain't played not a damn down in 2 years except for preseason.
Hey, Ryan, you saying that, but it's funny because me and A1 just talked about that the other night on the show.
That's the thing I'm looking at. I'm not saying that he can't do it, but I got to see it. That man has got, listen,
I give you that.
Buddy got property. Listen, Buddy got property up at Piedmont Estates. We don't call, I'm sorry, Piedmont Palisades. That's what we call it over here. We call Piedmont Hospital Piedmont Palisades. So if you hear anybody else talking about it, you heard it on the BirdCage first. I got trademarking. I need my 50%, not 25, not 10. Give me my 50. This dude literally has property up there next to Troy Anderson that literally has the Jello bar up in there and the tapioca lounge that's out there too. So if we gonna talk about it, let's be honest, bro. 2 years.
Hey, Ryan, I'm gonna be real though. I mean, I talked about it the other night on the show.
Come on, man.
When you look at pass rush win rate at position, him and Brandon Doyle are right there neck and neck at their position. Yep. So if he just can stay healthy and be a rotational guy, I think we can get 7 to 8 sacks out of him out of 17 games at the least.
Smitty, I argued on your show with this, bro. Me and A1, you literally can attest for this, and you know Cam gonna laugh because he know I didn't argue with folks. I told certain people on my panel, Jared Verse was the guy that we should have got. Yep. We passed on Jared Verse for Trice, and I said Jared Verse would be the one that would be the problem child. And guess what? Defensive problem child, rookie of the year when he got there has been a nasty player since he's been there. But I mean, I get why the Rams traded him. You got a chance to bring in one of the greatest pass rushers of all time, and Myles Garrett makes sense. But Jared Verse is right in that. He's working.
And real quick, Ryan, don't forget a very important detail. They have been to the playoffs multiple years, have only been a game away from the Super Bowl as well. So let me go get that extra pass rusher who knows what he's doing, and you still may end up getting Aaron Donald back, as crazy as that may sound. So I'm just saying.
But Chris, we literally had the chance to snag Verse, and could you imagine what the rotation would have been if we'd have taken Verse? I mean, it's a crapshoot in the draft anyway. No one knows what you're gonna get. But Verse was a guy that played for that undefeated Florida State team, and then they got bad, and he still played, and he was dominant from the time he stepped foot on that campus to the time he got to the NFL.
You know, let me ask you a question, hypothetical question, just to piggyback off of that. If we take Jared Verse, do we take JPJ?
Nope.
I'll be honest with you. I think we do.
Nope.
Really?
No, I think we. No, I'm gonna be real with you.
Him or Jalen Walker would not be here.
Jalen Walker, because
Jalen Walker would not be here. One of them.
Jalen might not be here, but I think JPJ is here. And you know, I'm a dog fan, so I was ecstatic when we drafted him. But let's be real. You had to give him another bookend because he didn't have anybody except he'd have just been him. He wouldn't have had anybody. So you would have had to bring one of those guys here with him.
Yeah. Okay. I just wondered everyone.
Yeah, but
I see how you did that. Zach Harrison was my wild card when we drafted him.
I like Zach Harrison a whole lot. Always have.
Yeah, but Zach showed that Georgia game he belonged. He had them long arms working up and down the line. He had Georgia in the days.
Ask Stetson Bennett about how that worked out for him. Even though he won that game, ask him how much he was pressured.
Hey, he had offensive lineman in the backfield, man.
And the offensive lineman he got in the backfield, is literally playing in the NFL right now, starting, and was a Pro Bowler.
Facts.
so there you have it, man.
All right, so we got the front four down. That was mine. I just wanted to jump in that one with you, Chris. But we got something that everybody is going to like. 4 Falcon players are in the top 20, pretty much the top 100. I don't like the position that they're in, but I'm going to move this out the way so you guys can see. So, Smitty, I'm going to let you start this one. Cam, Chris, and I'll take the last one. So you got Bijan Robinson, the heavy hitter at 38. How do you feel about this positioning, and why do you think that they put him there opposed to not ranking him higher?
We know this based on record. Let's keep it real. Falcons had a losing record last year, but I don't care. He's a top 10 player in the league no matter what. That's why I don't really like these rankings, because I'm looking at Jesse Bates at 51. He should be a little bit higher. Chris Lindstrom, who was just the top offensive lineman in the league 2 years ago, and you barely got him in the top 75. Then Drake London, the top 10 receiver in the league, you got him on the bottom half of the list. But we all know how they do Atlanta players, and this is no secret. But Bijan as a whole, he should be top 10, top 15 at the least. Because if Jahmyr Gibbs is going to probably be top 20, Bijan's right there. And Bijan better numbers the last 2 years. Not touchdowns, but yards. Bijan is there. And if he had a quarterback like Jared Goff, Falcons probably could be a Super Bowl team. Keeping it real. But this mainly has to do with coaching, record, and just, numbers, team numbers. So, all these players had at least 3 of them should be in the top 50. And I'm talking about Drake, Bijan, and Lindstrom, and possibly Bates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cam, Jesse Bates, yours. Same question. I think Cam is froze.
I was about to say either that or he finna have a very major dramatic entrance.
He's frozen. Oh no, he's moving now. Let's go ahead and get it.
He said, "I'm bike, man."
Yeah, well, you know what?
Oh,
Cam, are you back?
Chris, go ahead and take it. Go ahead and take it.
All right, so Chris, we're gonna swap you up. We're gonna let you go ahead and get Jesse Bates.
We switching up?
Yeah, you take Bates.
Oh, okay.
Take Bates.
Well, all right. Well, Jesse Bates, man. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I see what the ranking there is. Oh, 51. Is it?
Yeah, they got him at 51.
That's crazy, man, because we're talking about a guy who is really top 3, and he's not number 3. I'm telling you, seriously. Between him and maybe Kyle Hamilton, those are the guys that I'm thinking about right there. But missing the top 50, this is definitely a top 50 player. You think about just his impact since he's been in the league. He's already played in a Super Bowl. He's been a turnover machine since he's been in Atlanta. Over 3 seasons in Atlanta, we're talking about a guy who has racked up 13 interceptions. Can you believe that in 3 seasons? So that is impact right there. Then we're talking about somebody that also has lockdown coverage for the most part. Now, is he perfect? No. We've seen Jesse blow some coverages, but at the same time, a completion percentage with this guy, if I'm not mistaken, is only 56.3 completion rating. So you don't throw that way. You get checked into the Bates Hotel very much so. Then think about it right now. He's got a young ball hawk next to him that he's grooming right now. Guys like Billy Bowman, who will be back. Everybody that's around, even guys that you looked at that comes in that plays a safety position, they talk about Jesse Bates being one of those guys that they look up to. Even Xavier Watts, he said, "Hey, I game after Jesse Bates. This is a culture leader. This is a guy that overall, man, I can go on and on. I really could. But just to bring it home, Jesse Bates, I can't wait to see who all they put in front of Jesse Bates. I haven't been watching it, but for him to be only 51 and not somewhere at least in the top 25, that just lets you know that these rankings are full of crap, man. Again, this guy is positioned as the number 3, as like a top 3 safety in the league. And again, he's not number 3. So all these rankings and stuff like that, man, I really stopped watching them a while ago because they don't do you as justice. Because look at who was first. Bijan Robinson at only 38. So you're telling me there's 37 guys better than Bijan Robinson in the league?
Nope. Because think about it, Julio with the skill set at wide receiver, just like Bijan. Julio at one point was number 1 on the list. Think about that as a wide receiver. And you mean to tell me a guy that can run and catch out the backfield and home run speed too is number 38? Come on, man. And the players picked this list. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, because, and that's what I'm saying too, because it's like if the media can get you, but some of these players, they hang out, we homeboys and stuff like that. Some guys hang out with other guys more than others. You're gonna put your home, but oh yeah, man, that's my dog right there, man. But at the same time, but he a killer on the field. So man, come on, man, all that same stuff. I'm gonna tell you what was different about Julio Jones, because Julio didn't talk on the field. So regardless of whether you liked Julio or not, he made you respect him each and every time that he laced them up, that he had on the cleats, that he threw on the number 11. It didn't matter if you liked him or not. He was going to dog you regardless. So you might as well make friends, because it's going to be the same result. But everybody, again, it goes back to that popularity contest thing too, man.
Yeah. Just like Josh Allen overrated. We ain't going to talk about that though.
MVP that still can't win with a loaded team. I ain't even going to talk about that.
We ain't going to get into that. That's another story.
Hey, man, shout out to my boy. Shout out to my guy Bank on X. Unfortunately, he's a misguided Patriots fan, but he hates the Buffalo Bills. So I got to give him a shout out or whatnot. He's my fellow Bulldog fan, but he love to throw. He love to throw.
How do you do that?
Out, but you know what though? It's cool. I ain't even worried about it.
I'm trying to figure out how he do that. Be a dog fan, but he a Patriot.
His thing. To be fair, the man been a fan since Drew Bledsoe was there. So again.
Okay.
So when he told me that, I said, okay, you've been a fan for a long time, so you didn't just jump on the bandwagon. He actually remembers when Parcells was on the sidelines. So
I ain't gonna lie, I used to love that tight end. Beacon Cross, boy.
You know where he went to school at, right?
Ben Coates. Yeah.
You know what Ben Coates went to school at, right?
Yeah.
Livingstone College, HBCU. Shout out to the HBCUs out here. They just kicked off their media day. Hey, MEAC, SWAC, doing the damn thing. Hey, y'all go ahead. If you're anywhere near any HBCU games this year, y'all support them and go check them out, man. Great football, a lot of great players. Hell, we got one on our team with Chris Blair out of Prairie View A&M. So again, and let's be real, one of our first Hall of Famers is a Tennessee State alum. So again, show some love to the smaller schools if you get a chance to, because without that, half of the league would have never got desegregation. So shout out to the HBCUs out there. But
shout out to my homegirl Keisha Kelly, Black College Experience, man. Y'all go check out on Instagram and Twitter. She doing her thing. She was at the media day, the HBCU media day. She doing her thing, man. Shout out to her.
Love it.
Thanks. Now let's get back to this.
I ain't coming for no foolishness.
We got Chris Lindstrom ranked at 74. I'm baffled about this because best guard in football, and you have him not even ranked in the top 20. That's ridiculous. That is asinine. To quote Stephen A. Smith.
Bro, he had over 1,000 snaps last year, offensive snaps, and only about 1 sack.
Exactly. That's why I say it's asinine. How the hell do you have the premier guard in the NFL ranked out of the top? Really, he ain't even in the top 50. You got him ranked down there with the ranked amateurs.
The bottom quarter. Yeah.
Right. The bottom quarter.
Y'all literally, let's be honest. They're treating this man like a soybean burger, but this man has been producing sirloin steaks, ribeyes, porterhouses, and tomahawk steaks, if we're going to be honest. You can't play this man like a soybean burger. Give him respect. He literally was one of the best one of the best offensive linemen, not just at his position, offensive linemen in the league. But yet and still, again, popularity contest. You got a guy that's been consistent since the day he was drafted.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guy Dogs Unfiltered, Falcons and Dogs fan. If you're a Georgia Bulldog fan, check out Dogs Unfiltered. as well as the Damn Good Dog podcast with my man Keon as well. Y'all check those folks out because they definitely are doing great works for the Bulldog community. And also they're Falcons fans, and with Keon's a Giants fan, but my guy Dog's Unfiltered is a dog and a Falcon. So shout out to him. But getting back to this, it's ridiculous how this is literally a popularity contest, but when you have a guy that has not just 1 year, but you're talking about multiple years of consistent bodies of work, of being able to move 300-pound linemen to give Bijan Robinson, the great runs that you see, or giving the pass protection on his side, the left side, and being one of the best at it. So I'm sorry, he's rotated between the left side and the right side. He's done it on both sides. So again, can we please get some clarity with how we're rating these teams, how we're rating these players?
So I'm with you. Be in their feelings. I'm telling you, they be in their feelings. They gotta be.
I agree with you on that. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about it. Cam, Drake London at 82.
Yo.
You gotta took that long pause. I know what this getting ready to be.
Yeah, this is getting ugly.
This getting ready to get
nasty. No. Nah. I'm
hold up.
I'm going to follow the lines of.
Oh, Cam, look what we got up in here. We got a Yuccaneer in the building.
Cool.
Uncle Sad in the building. A stinking Bucks fan, smelling like burnt gold coins on a hot summer day. I see you over there, Sad. Hey man, shout out to my guy Sad. He definitely shares the podcast, even though he's a rival. Get well soon. My guy had a little bit of a motorcycle accident. He's getting his health back. Definitely can't wait for him to get back so we can go ahead and talk trash and sit there and have a couple of wings at the game. But go ahead and get to Drake London. I had to stop and talk to a puddle pirate right there. Uncle Sad.
Oh boy.
Puddle pirate.
Anyway,
come on, Cam, what you got about Drake?
I'm gonna keep this short and brief. I'm following the thought process of about the ranking, and I say this in respect to Drake London because of this. The young man has played with some pretty terrible quarterbacks, and he has produced consistently. And he's constantly disrespected. Now, are there some flaws to his game? Yes. Does he run being required to show up in big moments? He shows up in big moments when we need him the most. And last year, he pretty much carried that receiver core all on his back. But again, he plays in Atlanta, where Atlanta gets hated on by everybody, every city, every town, every player. So again, like you said, they're going to pick their friends and they're going to pick who they're closest with. So top 10 receiver in this league. But again, it's a clown show. This list is a clown show. It's been a clown show for the last couple of years. I want to say like last year, and then the year before that, they put him at like 24. I stopped watching it all.
Understood. Well, in that case, we're just gonna go ahead and move on to one of the next topics, because at this point, with the top 100,
because Christmas is canceled.
Go ahead and cancel it because it's awful. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this right here.
Before you move on, let me just say this.
What's up?
Kyle Pitts bounced back last year. Had a damn good year. He at least should have been in the 90s. He was the highest rated tight end in the NFL as far as yards and receptions. But he don't make the list.
Who knows?
That's
the crazy part. Who knows? But you got to talk about a little bit more of a somber situation or whatnot. It's a little tough. but we're going to get through this one. We're talking about players that are not even making it to older age now and passing away so young, as well as having a ton of issues. Football is a gladiator sport. We all know this. But at the end of the day, I'm going to pull this down so everybody can get this. At the end of the day, you got to think about life outside of this game. And most of us as fans, we don't think about that. That right there is a heavy burden for a lot of these young men to carry, because most of them are trying to get financial stability for the future. And when you look at how life is set up, a lot of these guys don't understand the thing, that transition. Shout out to Chris Johnson. He's getting put into the Tennessee Titans Ring of Honor. I think it's long overdue. He should have already been in there, but they're capitalizing off the situation. And I'm gonna go around the round robin with you guys. But the oldest player right now that's living is Rosie Greer, 94 years old. Yep. And if you know who Rosie Greer is, he was one of the faces of the Fearsome Foursome with Deacon Jones, Lamar, and then he also was an actor at one point of his now ministry. So, and he's Pam Greer's cousin, by the way, too.
Yeah.
If y'all know who Miss Hanks. But talk about it. Why do you guys think guys not some generation have had longer lives than these younger cats that I'm into now?
They took care of their bodies a lot better, in my opinion.
Facts.
If you look at the landscape of how the world is right now, a lot of players are more consumed with image and branding, and they put themselves in a lot of positions to where they're dealing with people outside of the scope of football. So now you're dealing with people who are in gangs and who drink a lot and all these other things. So when you're constantly drinking and going out and doing, extracurricular activities, you're putting yourself in a prime spotlight to get yourself caught. And that's a huge thing that I'm even seeing on a high school level with some of my kids. They want to be the known guy, and they want to be tough and all this other stuff. And I feel like a lot of it starts at home, because a lot of these guys just need a hug, and it's like they're searching for something that they never received. And once they find it, they don't know how to get away from it, or they don't understand that's not the love that they need in their life. So it's a myriad of things that these guys go through, but for the most part, it's really all about money, because again, every player right now is chasing money, and they're chasing the bag for their family, and while they're doing it, they're putting themselves in grave danger.
I agree.
Okay. And we'll bring this when you look at Chris Johnson and his situation, and then remember we had Steve Gibson and whatnot, our rival from the New Orleans Saints, been battling with ALS, and he outlived and they actually gave him. He's still around. You're looking at the kid more that we last year that committed peace, and so many other folks that have been committing suicide, and all these things have happened. What do you articulate to on the medical side if you're gonna have this comment? Because we already heard the role model side that they need, but what do you think about the medical side, about their bodies and things that they put in?
Oh, it was breaking up. This me or Smitty?
I think that was no, this is you, A1.
Okay, but on the medical side of it, oh well, shoot, I can already tell you, it's way more exposure to different type of drugs and everything nowadays than it was back in the days. Let's just think about it. I mean, shoot, yeah, you had pretty much there were two things that were cut and dry. You saying you're gonna have your hard stuff, your soft stuff. You know exactly what it had. I ain't gotta say no names. And then you may have a little treacle, but outside of that, you look at nowadays, man, you got all type of pills. You got this Adderall stuff. You got then what's the stuff that everybody keep on like seeing like fentanyl. You got all these different things out here now. And then at the same time, let's think about it too. And it goes kind of back to What Graybeard was saying about different people, it used to be circles that you actually can have at least some kind of trust or at least some type of honor amongst these. It's none of that now. It's like every man for themselves, and the pharmaceutical department is one of the biggest caps out there anyway. So the fact that in the beginning, think about this, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, it was more so of like testing phases, even in the 2000s. Now look into 20 teens and now, and what is going towards, you have so much that people are putting into different things that people are putting into their bodies. And then even after football, think about all the painkillers and all that stuff like that. We've seen that in every sport, not just football. We've seen that in wrestling, MMA, all that stuff like that. People actually killing themselves because of CTE. People actually killing themselves because of the pain and they can't take it no more. And then at the same time, their body can't take the medication. Then let's talk about when you wean somebody off the medication and the painkillers, that actually deteriorates their bodies as well, because they've been hooked on it. Their body craves it and needs it, because your body will adapt to anything. You said the human anatomy is a beautiful thing. It is, because you really adapt to anything. Your body will adapt to it. If you put it in your body will adapt to it. But if you snatch it away, you can almost like send a whole shock to your system that takes you out of here. It is so many little things that comes with the medical side of things on how you can get taken out of here. That's why you always got to thank your lucky stars that, so you really can, so make it through each day, because there are so many different things. And then you think about even down to the food. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot that we deal with in 2026 compared to 1996. You feel me?
Yeah. And I'm gonna go right where y'all.
I'm gonna let you jump in on this. I'm gonna let you jump in on this one, because he said food, and
then you know that where I'm gonna go.
Food might be the problem.
But the crazy thing is, man, me and my wife talk about this on a daily. People are just not built like they usually built, back in the 40s and 50s and 60 point blank period. When you talk about evolution and trying to find shortcuts and being a microwave only society, that's all you need to know. You talk about money pretty much, just think about it. When players were playing back in the 60s and 70s, they wasn't making no stupid money. They were making just enough to get by. Now you got players making $100-200 million, and they really don't know what to do with it. Let's keep it real.
That's true.
When you was born in the 40s and 50s, your body was just different. They had to kill their food and hunt their food, and I still see people doing it today, and they still living longer. Why? They don't have all those pesticides. They don't have all that, that added ingredient to make the preserves and stuff, to make the meat and stuff last longer. They didn't have all that. Bro. You killed it, cut it, cook it right there, eat it. We go on about our business. You did that, when you had to have a meal. So evolution in the world is part of the reason why these things are happening. When evolution happened, they try to take shortcuts. Guess what? Shortcuts kill you faster than anything. That's just like somebody putting you on the medicine, but you say, hey, this one don't cost as much. I don't have to take this one as long, but it's not as effective. But it's making me feel better, and I think I should do this when this medicine is prescribed for me. So, I mean, look, people just not built the same. Physically, mentally, and however else you want to take it. It's just that simple. And think about it. And think about how much faster the game has gotten from 1980 up until now. Just think about that. Because when we talk about the best receiver in the game, he didn't run no 4.2, 4.1. He ran a 4.5. And he was only 180 pounds soaking wet. Think about that.
Jerry ran a 4.7, guys. That was what they timed him with. Jerry Rice ran a.
But you making my point even better, though, because think about when they draft players in today's game. What is the first thing that you hear people talk about? A 40-yard dash. They don't talk about what they got up here. They talk about how fast they can run. Come on now.
Think about how we just talked about right here. The social side, the medical side, and also the with the food, man. It's a triangle side, right? It's a triangle thing right here, and it's really more things that go to it. I'm pretty sure Ryan about to add to it, but just all those different things weren't as problematic back in the day as they are today. Think social media alone.
Like you just said it, when it comes to the food. And look at the food though, because the FDA just went out and approved lab grown meat, and now they're serving it now in fast food restaurants.
See what I mean?
So when you're eating food that's not even real, you don't know what the body doesn't know how to break that stuff down and how to deal with it. So you have food that's living in the human body longer than it needs to. So now you're carrying parasites and sicknesses that the body cannot remove through its natural channels. So again, like it's so many things that's keeping that weighs down the human body, but also eats away at the human body because it has to find a way to get out.
Because it's taking something with it. Every time you get rid of it, it's taking something with it.
And here's something I can add to it or not. Y'all know I love to bring a little something out here. You know I always keep something going. There was a former safety that played back in the day by the name of Mike Harden, one of the nastiest safeties to ever play this game. And when you talk about it, he was a man. And you think about it, he had a reputation. I'm just gonna show a quick clip of look like when he actually got out of a Hall of Famer by the name of Mr. Steve Largent. But he hit everybody like that, by the way. And you need this, and I'm gonna show you a video of what he looks like now. Going to what he looks like now. And it falls into this right here. So it's just one of these things that is tough to see, but as a fan, we don't ever look at the other side unless you played this game and you already know what happens. So fair use. This is Mike Harden hitting.
Craig didn't look off the safety.
Craig on a play fake to Warner, back to pass, drills one up the right side.
It hit me right in the hands, and Mike Harden hit me right in the face with his forearm. And I was out before I hit the ground.
Largent is down after taking that hard shot to the head by Harden.
So that's Mike. Literally, he hit everybody like that. So now I'm getting ready to show you a video of what he looks like now. So this is how bad this game is. Mike Harden played with my godfather, Clarence K. Shout out to Clarence K., former Bulldog legend, the man who started tight end U before Brock Bowers, by the way. And he did his thing up in Denver before Shannon Sharp took over. So fair use. This is what Mike Harden looks like now, ladies and gentlemen. This is after his playing days.
Into a room, and I can't remember, why I went in the room, or I've gotten to the place where I can't remember numbers at times.
But those undiagnosed concussions aren't the worst of it. Today, Mike Harden can barely walk. He relies on crutches to get around. It's all a result, he says, of the brutal collisions on the field that led to.
So, fair use. Just wanted to make sure you guys got to see that. But that's just a quick snippet of what he looked like during his prime, and then also what he's looking like now. He struggles with being able to get medication, and this man has made millions of dollars from his playing days, folks. He struggles to get medication now. So part of it, I just wanted to show you that, but this is my part of it, and we're going to wrap this up. You should start doing it at this point for young players that are out here, or if you have parents that have kids that are playing this game, and if they possibly get to that point, this is what you start doing. Insurance companies don't insure pro ball players like after they retire because they're considered a high risk possibility of them having to kick out more money. While they are playing football, whether it's high school, college, or whatnot, you need to have these guys to buy insurance policies. This is what you need to start doing. Have kids with insurance policy. What happens if they get to the NFL? Have them buy an insurance policy. Yes, the league insurance is good, but it ends after a certain time. Have them with their own insurance. Take a portion of that money, put it aside for them. And if they make it to the league, or if they make it to college where they're making all this money, have at least a couple of however much you get. I'll say probably $600,000. put $200,000 to $300,000 away just for medical bills. That's what that needs to be. Yeah, it'll get eaten up, but it'll lessen the load on someone medically. Because if you know how much medicine costs in this country now, it's ridiculous at this point.
Yeah,
it is ridiculous. So at this point, these guys got to start taking care of themselves, because you're seeing these guys die off left and right. Fact. Mike Harden's not even 70 years old yet.
Nope.
Mike is in his early 60s.
He about 64. Yeah, 63,
63, 64. Mike ain't even 70 yet. So when you look at this violent game on how it's played, you've got to start teaching people to take care of their bodies, and not just physically, but also financially being able to take care of their bodies too. Because, hey, you got some people that'll take your money and run with it, and they're not going to help take care of you when you're in that spot.
Well, you just really answered your own question, right? That's the problem. You don't have enough. Let's just keep it real, 100%. Grandmamas are a thing of the past. Now, I'm lucky to still have mine at 86 years old, but when we get older, those type people won't even exist no more. Why? Because you got grandma now at 32, 33 years old. What can they teach you? What? Then you're young yourself, and you have no financial literacy, to be honest. Even though they teach symposiums in the NFL, how many of these players really take that to heart? As soon as they see that Rolls Royce pulled up, I want that. They're not thinking about 5 years after I'm out of the league, I'm broke because I bought that Rolls Royce when I should have been investing in something to make my money make money. So a lot of it is financial literacy at the end of the day. Like you said, when you find a way to your money to make money, you take out insurance. Well, let's just keep it real, insurance, because I'm on insurance and it's hard for me to get life insurance because I'm high risk. But that's why I know this. So the best thing for players to do, like you said, save money whenever you can. Let them cars wait. And the thing about it, you can buy a used car half the price. And you're not going to drive it every day. Let's keep it real. Why are you spending $300,000 on a car when you can get one for about $100,000 that do the exact same thing with low miles on it? Come on now. Some things just common sense. But it's all about flash. It's all about glitter.
It's social
Here's the problem.
Social stats
nowadays.
Go ahead, Ron.
You can't tell these jitterbugs out here. And
I know it. I know it. Oh, trust me.
I'm telling my age. I'll be 40 in January, and I'm okay with it. But a lot of these,
I got a 24-year-old. I know
you can't really talk to them like that now because they don't.
Well, they know everything.
Listen, it's what it is. And you look at how a lot of these athletes are now. They don't listen. But this is my thing. When you see a guy, Mike Harden was a hell of a player, even from Michigan back in the day. And when you just saw one of the hits, Mike could intercept passes. Mike was, put it this way, Mike Harden was what Billy Bowman was, but he was bigger, literally bigger than Billy Bowman. And Mike had people afraid of him. Just think about that. Mike Harden, Dennis Smith, and then you had Steve Atwater in that secondary back in the day.
You had another guy. Another guy
doing this.
Yeah,
you're looking around because you don't know where it's coming from, but you know it's coming. But you look at Steve Atwater; he took care of himself. You look at, and it's some guys that walked out of it unscathed, and God had their hands on them. But for the most part, you look at a lot of these guys that this medication that they take, these painkillers that they take, it literally has, as Chris said, your body adapts to what you're on. And once you're off of that, if anybody's ever seen how a junkie reacts after it gets off of drugs, that is a scary thing. And a lot of those players, let's be real, some players that choke down painkillers and alcohol, they're doing the same thing junkies do. The difference is it's just legal where they get their stuff from.
Yep.
And they're pretty much junkies, functioning junkies. That's the best way to describe it.
And that's why I said money can destroy your life, because you can buy all that stuff with no problem. If you're going to get it from the pharmacist, or you're going to get it from the street pharmacist, one or the other.
Because what's the for most young men, for most of the men that play football, right? Most of those men are not coming from well-off families. And the one thing that the community, and the one thing the community says is that when you get paid, you need to take care of X, Y, and
everybody.
Z. You got to take care of everybody. And guess what?
Not self.
Me, If me and Chris are playing the same position
Mm.
and Chris is the starter, Chris is going to do everything he can not to lose his spot, because guess what? Everybody going to be breathing down his neck when them checks start to come up a little short. So I'm going to do everything I can to stay on the football field in that position. And while I'm doing that, I'm killing myself in the process to feed everybody else around me, but ain't nobody trying to take care of me while I'm doing it for them.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll say this, man. We definitely appreciate y'all coming through tonight from Smitty Sports Machine, A1 and his crew, and the BirdCage loyalists. We definitely appreciate you guys coming through. Hey, Smitty, A1, we definitely thank y'all for stepping in tonight, man. Like I said, we got the wings and stuff in here we had for y'all tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And just had to make sure y'all was covered. We appreciate y'all stopping through. Coach Cam, as usual. But before we let them go, Smitty, A1, you're going to tell the folks where they can find you at. Smitty, you go first, my guy, and then A1.
Yeah, thank my subscribers for coming through, chilling with us tonight, man. Please go over to the BirdCage LLC. Please hit that subscribe button, that like button. Please hype up this video, man, to help it get to the YouTube algorithm. And also, man, look, don't be a stranger, man. Please come check out the BirdCage every Thursday at 8 o'clock, because Ryan's on here. He's worked just as hard as I do, just like me and A1. Shout out to Coach Cam. I think this is my first or second time chilling with Coach Cam, but Coach Cam know me, man. He know I speak my mind, so I mean that's gonna always be me. But yeah, find me on Smitty Sports Machine, man, where y'all always do. Find me on Twitter at FatBoySlam_21 on Twitter, because I'm always over there blowing that thing up like I always do. And again, man, thank y'all for the super chats. Truly appreciate it, man. And A1, take it.
Hey, man,
cash in on them damn super chats. A1, what you got?
I'll tell you, A1 Forever Sports, man, the platform on YouTube. Come over, like, comment, subscribe, be a part of the A1 family. Also, catch me on the Falcons Digest as well, getting close to training camp, you know. So, hey, get ready to ramp up over there. Also, you know, it's a Hawks Digest, doing our thing over there too, constantly growing. So you can catch me on all those channels, and also Twitter A1 Forever, Instagram A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok. It is 9:27, nearly 9:30. Make sure you find your peace before 9:30, because positive energy always creates elevation. That's how you find your peace. Be generational, because it's always time to be, and appreciate the BirdCage for sending out the invite, man, and having the wings and all the wings and things ready. And the Kool-Aid was good as well. So let's go ahead and finish this thing on out. We appreciate you.
Hey, man, we definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. This is another
certified hood classic.
And we
make it look easy.
So we appreciate y'all for stepping through. You know how we get down, man. You either get right or you get left, man. We'll catch you on the next episode. Ghosts.